For Brother Victor, one of the most important contents of his teaching was grace. Day and night, he was always speaking about grace.
In his lifetime, his policy, his motto was, I need only your grace. 2 Corinthians 12:9 and 10. Jesus said to St. Paul, my grace is sufficient for you.
And this was his motto. He said, let everyone leave me, let everything be taken from me, let anything happen to me, but as long as I have grace, I'm content. I'm happy. Let any persecutions come, problems come, difficulties come, but if I have grace, I am content. He said, this is what the Lord has spoken to me too. And for him, grace was the most important thing. And in fact, as his disciples, he was constantly reminding us, you need grace.
സഹോദരികൾക്കും സഹോദരന്മാർക്കും ദൈവം ഒരുപോലെയാണ് കൃപ കൊടുക്കുന്നത് കേട്ടോ. അപ്പൊ എല്ലാവരും കൃപയിൽ വരണം. പ്രൈസ് ലോർഡ്. അപ്പൊ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് എന്ത് വേണം? ഒച്ചത്തിൽ പറ, ഒന്നുകൂടി ഒച്ചത്തിൽ പറ. ആ ഉച്ച പോരെ ഇവിടെ ചെവപ്പറ തകർക്കണം. ഇവിടത്തെ വിളിച്ച പത്രോസ് കേൾക്കണം. ഒച്ചത്തിൽ വിളിക്കുക. പ്രൈസ് ലോർഡ്.
For him, spiritual work was a work of grace. It's not our work, but it was grace working in us.
Once the grace loose, everything is gone. The work will be there. Romans 11:28-30. But the grace won't be there. The grace is the most important thing.
As St. Paul tells us in 1 Corinthians 15:10, where he mentions, it's not I, but grace working in me.
When I personally think, today the technology has increased a lot. And there are so many congregations, so many things. There are so many movements in the church. But if you ask, is there a spiritual scarcity in the church? Everywhere? Yes. A lot of things are going on. And why? And some people will say, is that because of the lack of training they are getting today? The lack of education they have received? It's not. It is not just because of the studies. They are getting a lot of big opportunity to study. The universities are well equipped. Lot of things to study. Like compared to maybe 100 years now, you can study about a lot of access to study. But when you think about 100 years before, there are many saints rather than today. I will say the main problem is the lack of grace. And he is so much, that is a big teaching, his life, grace. And he used to say, grace is the most important thing. Such a way he used to say, you have to come under the grace. And he says, he used to say, Luke 1:28, Mother Mary was full of grace. And saints were full of grace. That grace is the most important thing.
Another important thing that he revealed was something completely I never heard of before. He said, this grace is Jesus. And John chapter 1 verse 16 and 17, where St. John mentions, grace and truth have come through Jesus Christ. This was something for him, that grace in us which is working, that grace is Jesus. So grace was for Brother Victor not something but someone. It was Jesus himself. And so the importance to remain in grace, and that grace to live in us and work in us. And we felt after his passing away, we felt the greatest legacy that he has left us was the importance of remaining faithful to that grace, the teaching of grace, allowing grace to work in us, and complete dependence on grace, not on our human strength. As Jesus said, you can do nothing without me. John chapter 15:5. So that is why our community took up the name Community of Grace. It's a constant reminder for us to seek for grace, to remain in grace, and also to never be proud of our own works or look at our own works, because ultimately it's not us, but grace working in us.